Welcome everybody to another edition of the Wrestling Sit and Talk. It is a wrestling fan's dream. It's their Super Bowl, it's their World Series. This weekend is
Dude,
Wrestlemania. And today I have a special guest, one of my good friends, Victor. Victor, say hello to the people.
how you doing?
How are you doing today, sir?
Good, I'm good. I think this is the first time I've ever heard you call me a friend, so
I'm hurt. You're a good friend of mine. Um, so
likewise.
yes. So WrestleMania is fastly approaching.
Oh yeah, been
Um,
anticipated.
what do you think of the build?
It's been a slow, long build, but it's taken a while for us to finally get to the end of the build. But I think it'll be worth the wait.
Is there any match in particular you're looking forward to the most?
Oh, if I had to say one match, it'd have to be the triple threat match between Roman, Punk, and Rollins. That one's gonna be a banger.
Yeah. We'll definitely gonna get to that. Let's just go ahead and start breaking down these matches and getting your predictions.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so for night one, we have the revenge match of Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Did you know this is the first women's match in I think like 19 years at WrestleMania that did not involve a title?
I I did know that only because WWE has publicly been saying that on national TV for the past couple of weeks. That's the only reason I know that.
That's kind of crazy to me. But I mean, you know what though? For this match, I think the build has been pretty good. It's been solid between these two. Um, their interactions have been minimum, but they've built up a good story. What do you think?
I think this has been pretty good build with Jade coming back from the injury and Naomi turning heel. It was the right move.
So
Everyone was asking who attacked Jade. Turns out it was Naomi.
I still don't, I think there's more to that story. I don't think that's over. I, I have a feeling Bianca has some type of hand in it.
I can see that. There's a lot of rumors going around that night, but Bianca also had a role to play with it. But I
It's
guess we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, I just think it's just a little too clean cut that she just, oh, your two friends are fighting. Well, I'm just gonna let you guys fight, and I'm gonna go to Raw and deal with my own drama. But who do you think is gonna win this match?
It's gotta be Jade.
Wow,
Like, you can't have the heel win after injuring the face.
that's true. That's wrestling logic would say the babyface should get their comeuppance. But like but also too, this is a new character for Naomi.
Yeah.
This is a new heel character. Like I think a win over Jade would help Naomi more than hurt Jade.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It would do wonders for her heel run.
But
But if you really think about it, does she really need this win? Because she's been doing great as a heel.
it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I do think that's going to be a pretty good match, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and slide on over to the World Tag Team Championship match between the War Raiders, who are currently the champions, and they are facing the New Day. Your thoughts?
I've seen we're getting a lot of heat on this match alone due to the fact that there's been little to no build to this match. It just randomly got announced, not even on TV. It's like not announced on social media, and the fact that the SmackDown tag titles aren't being defended at Mania. They got pushed back to SmackDown. There's a lot of heat. And I think that the War Raiders are going to retain with the help of a surprising return of Big E.
That's a very bold prediction. I like it. I like that. That's a fun prediction. Yeah, I agree with you. This build has been thrown together. I I think you kind of make a point now when I think about it. The only reason why this match should be on Mania is if you're going to do something like that. I also feel like this match should be like a no disqualification match, just by how Raw ended with them a couple weeks ago, with the War Raiders getting disqualified with the chair. I think a no DQ match would benefit that match. But I like that. That's a good prediction.
They got to do something to make this match interesting because right now there's literally no interest in this match. It's just like a one of those bathroom break matches.
I think also they're probably on WrestleMania because it's New Day.
Yeah,
Just because of who they are. Like it's Kofi, like, okay, you gotta put them in, you gotta find a spot for him, I guess. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the World Heavyweight Championship match. Gunther, as he defends against not main event, but Jay Uso, Royal Rumble winner of 2025. Your prediction?
I predict it's going to be an even match between the two, and Gunther is going to control most of the match. But at the end of the day, Jay Uso has to win this match. He's had so many title opportunities that's been given to him that if he doesn't, then I don't know where they're going to go with Jay from here on.
Yeah. See, like the thing is, what happens after he wins? Like, okay, Jay wins the title. Now what? You know what I'm saying? It's like Cody. Cody won the title. It's like, okay, cool. Cody finished the story. Now what? Like the hero has achieved their goal. Like what does he do now? Like who do you see him facing after he wins? If he wins,
There's multiple people who could go up against Jay that haven't really been given an opportunity. Let's see, Finn Balor.
Finn
Let's
Balor,
see, Finn Balor,
Finn
the
Balor.
guy who's
That's
never, the guy that's never been able to grab that brass ring, unless you're counting the Universal Championship win that he had.
he was the first
Let's,
ever and the shortest reigning. You can't take that away from him.
yep, you can't. You got, let's see, Seth Rollins, CM Punk. Oh boy, I'm trying to think of Logan Paul. He would give Jey Uso a run for his money. AJ Styles, he's now on Raw.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Now, is he ready to be competing for the World Heavyweight title match? Though?
Why not? You don't know. I mean, his program with Braun Breaker and Sheamus was the match of Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, true. And here's the nice thing about Jey Uso. If he were to win it, it'd be believable competition that he'd be going up against. Whereas if Gunther went up against Ludwig Kaiser or Finn Balor or guys like that, you'd know right away, oh, Gunther's winning that match. There's no way that he's losing that belt to that person.
Okay, okay. Well, here's another question. Let's say Jay wins. Do you
Yep.
think do you think Jay holds the title to SummerSlam?
Ideally, that would be nice, but um, I I think it's more of letting him finally grab that brass ring, letting him prove that he truly is a main event star. Because up until now, every chance he's gotten, he's flopped or lost.
I mean, he had the Intercontinental title for like a second.
Yeah, then lost it right back to Braun Breaker.
I just don't know if he's going to have a long reign or not. I could see him having I could see him losing in like July.
Yeah, it'll be a good couple months of him as champion, and it'll be a refresh, something new.
I mean, I could see him maybe losing by cash-in, maybe.
Yep, Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that's going to be chaotic match. But okay. Speaking of chaotic, we have the women's championship on the line with Charlotte Flair, the women's 2025 Royal Rumble winner. Woo! Facing
Woo!
off
Everyone's
against
favorite wrestler.
yeah, yeah. See. I know I liked you for a reason. And Tiffany Stratton. Your thoughts on this ride?
There's just something about this match that they've tried to build it as a a WrestleMania like main event match, but there's just something missing. They just don't work well together. I don't know if it's the chemistry or the fact that they've had little to no contract with one another.
You would think similar athletes like that would mesh well together, but it seems like polar opposites.
Exactly. For
So
for the
what
longest time, this was a dream match for a lot of people. Now we're finally getting it, and
I think some people want to see this match just to see if they're going to actually wrestle or if it's going to turn into a Charlotte and Nia situation.
yeah,
If you remember that.
oh yeah, awful.
So what's your prediction?
I got Charlotte Flair winning this
Woo!
because it's it's the same thing that happened in. I think one of my favorite podcasters put it like this: there's three certainties that you can count on: death,
Death, Texas,
taxes,
Charlotte Flair coming
and
back winning the
Charlotte Flair
title.
coming back winning his title. Exactly. It's like it's
We're
bound
probably
to
talking about the
happen.
same guy.
Anyone? Yep. We probably are.
Is it Santi?
Yep. Santi. There you go.
I knew it. I know I liked you for a reason.
It's got to be some reason we get along so well.
Some reason. All right, we'll move on to the next championship match. We got L.A. Knight, yeah,
Yeah.
defending against the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Your predictions, good sir.
I think. WWE really booked themselves in a corner in this match
Okay,
because
explain.
LA Knight just won the title back from Shinsuke Nakamura after a a I want to say a awful run with Shinsuke Nakamura as champion. He literally did nothing with the belt. He defended it once or twice and then lost it to LA Knight. And then you have Jacob Fatu, who's undefeated in singles competition and can't really afford to lose. Like, you're either going to sacrifice LA Knight or you're going to sacrifice Jacob Fatu.
Now, the thing about Jacob Fatu is it's a question I asked about with Jay, the after. I feel like him and Solo are in the crash course to face off against each other at some point. I could see a scenario where Fatu loses that match because of Solo, whether Solo does it on purpose or not.
It it wouldn't be the first time Solo has cost Jacob Fatu a match. Ever since Solo lost to Roman on day one, he's been messing shit up.
Yeah,
So I can
yeah.
see that happening.
So who are you predicting?
I'm going to say if there's no interference and the bloodline stays out of this match, it's going to go Jacob.
Did you
Jacob
just
is
hear
going to
what you
win
said?
this.
If the
I'm just
bloodline
saying,
stays out of it,
if the bloodline does not interfere, it is Jacob's match to win. But if they get involved, LA Knight is winning, hands
oh,
down.
we need one answer, sir. We don't do what else here. One answer. Is it Fa two
Uh,
or L.A. Night? Yeah.
Nothing against LA Knight, but I'm gonna go with Fatu.
All right.
My
All
heart is
right.
saying go with Fatu.
All right. Ah, this is probably one of my favorite matches we're getting ready to discuss here.
Rey
Rey
Mysterio versus El Gran
Mysterio
Luchador.
versus El Grande Americano. First of all, shout out to Chad Gable. I hope he feels better. It's unfortunate. He's going to miss WrestleMania due to his sickness, the ruddy nose or whatever. But I hope he gets better. But this is a great opportunity for El Grande Americano.
You mean Rey Mysterio versus Chad Gable, don't you?
I mean, unless there was a change to the card that I was unaware of, it says Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano, which is not Chad Gable. So again,
There,
we're not here to spread lies about El Grande and Chad Gable here, sir. Like Chad Gable's not
next
on the
thing you're gonna
card.
tell me is Mr. America wasn't Hulk Hogan, right?
I don't care about Hulk Hogan. No one cares about that guy. Who do you think wins this Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano match?
Rey Mysterio.
Disgusting.
He is fighting for the legacy of Mexican luchador. He is this is the same guy that beat his son twice on Mania, back to back Manias. You think he's gonna lose to a guy who's trying to disgrace Mexican luchador? Nah.
What, 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 what do you mean disgrace? Are we watching two different shows? El Grande Americano is a world renowned luchador. He's been around for forever, honing his craft in the Gulf of America. Okay? You
Not
put
buying
some
it.
respect on El Grande Americano, sir. How dare you? How dare you?
So you're going with Ray too?
But we're gonna move on before we get accused of slander here, because I don't like your tone here, sir. We was agreeing with each other here. We're starting to splinter. Starting to splinter. All right, let's get to the main event of night one, where we have CM Punk, who will have Paul Heyman in his corner, versus Roman Reigns. Sir, your ones, sir, your ones,
One. Yep, the one.
versus the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins. What is your thought on this build, and who are you predicting to win?
I thought it was a pretty nice build, a nice placement for those three guys that don't really need to have a title to be the main event. These three guys have been going at it for months. I'm looking forward to it.
Who do you think
If
is
I
gonna
had
win?
to say one, if I had to just pick one person,
Well, yeah, only one
it's
person
gonna
can win.
have. I'm gonna have to go with Seth Rollins. I'm gonna have to go with Seth Rollins.
Why?
It's been a while since we've seen Seth Rollins actually win a match at Mania, and Roman can afford a loss. CM Punk, his whole thing has been about main eventing WrestleMania. So it doesn't matter if he wins or loses, he's still going to be the main event. Seth Rollins, on the other hand, has it's on a losing streak at Mania. He lost to Drew McIntyre. He's lost to Rock and Roman. He's lost to Cody Rhodes. How many more losses at Mania can this man afford to get?
You know something, like his promo on Raw was very accurate,
Yeah,
because what he said about the favor, which we can't forget the favor. Apparently, not Punk, excuse me. Apparently, Rollins is owed a favor, whatever that may entail. Even though that's not how really favors work. But whatever, whatever. Um, if Roman Reigns wins, say that three times fast, it could change the industry. If Punk wins, it could change it in a completely different direction. I feel like Seth. I kind of agree with you that he does need to win this match over anybody else. Here's the question though: who takes the pin?
oh,
Mm.
that's going to be tough. But I can see in an ideal world, CM Punk taking the pin in this match because it can't be Roman. Roman's like a tribal chief.
I mean,
He's
Roman
Mister.
lost. Roman lost last year at WrestleMania, so I mean, there's that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, interesting. All right, and that is the night one portion of that. Let's go ahead and slide on over to night two. Is there anything else you want to say about night one before we go into night two?
I feel like
Your favorite
night one
match
has my favorite match,
on night one?
but on night one, if I had to choose a favorite match, it would be the main event. That's the one that's gotten the most hype.
That's fair. I might have to go with Grande Americano making his WrestleMania debut, but that's interesting. All right, well, let's go over to night two. We have the women's tag team titles that are on the line. Liv and Raquel are the champions defending, for some reason, against the women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria and Bailey. Your thoughts and predictions.
This is this is another match that just does not need to be happening at Mania. It's just a match that was thrown together last minute and with absolutely no build, no reason as to why, you know, Lyra's teaming up with someone she was defending her belt against literally 2 or 3 weeks ago. But it's there.
Um, before you give your prediction, I was talking to my friend James about this match, and I was like, I think would have been better would have been having Liv Raquel defend against the Meta Girls and Sol Ruka and Zarya, and then have one of the NXT girls win the titles because there seem to be more tag teams in the NXT division than the main roster.
Absolutely. I would
And
100% agree.
and I think instead of putting Lyra in that match, you could have done Lyra versus Roxanne versus Bailey for the title.
100% agree.
Would have been a much better match than, hey, let's just, well, we don't know what to do with Bailey. We don't know what to do with Lyra. Let's just tag them. Who do you think wins?
I got Judgment Day winning. I mean, a real team in Liv and Raquel Rodriguez going up against two who are just thrown together. A real team wins every time.
I could agree with that. All right, well, let's move on to a match that, speaking of build, I hate this build. AJ Styles versus your boy Logan Paul.
Not my boy. Not my boy.
I think I distinctively remember you calling yourself the Logan Paul of a certain podcast, the E-Fed Wrestling podcast. Shout out that you was on with.
Are you sure that wasn't Slick Rick
No, no,
or
no,
Cool?
no. I'm pretty sure that was you. I'm 100% sure that was you. Who
Yeah,
you picking?
this
Who are you
I
picking?
have to go AJ. It's got to be AJ Styles, man. Like he's just recently returned from that awful injury that he got, and if AJ Styles loses this match, he's gonna lose the little momentum that he's had.
See, I disagree. Not with the winner, but the reasoning. Simply because AJ Styles' career is set.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. Like AJ Styles could lose at Mania on Sunday, and then challenge Jey Uso on Raw for the title. Nobody's going to bat an eye and be like,
nope.
"Oh, no, AJ doesn't belong." I think Logan Paul needs this match, if especially if they're going to try to push him the way I think they are trying to push him. Um, Logan Paul could cheat to win this match, and it won't hurt AJ. But are you looking forward to this match?
I am. I am. I'm looking forward to seeing what these two are capable once they actually get physical with one another.
I like his new finisher though.
Oh yeah, the pulverizer,
Yeah,
whatever he's calling it.
yeah, I do like that. That does look nice. All right, let's move on to the Sin City Street Fight, where we have Damian Priest, or according to Drew McIntyre, the bisexual Undertaker, versus Drew McIntyre. What are your thoughts on this build and this? Who do you think wins?
I like the build. It's been building up for, I want to say, 2 months now, ever since Damian eliminated Drew from the Royal Rumble. And then they got each other, I want to say, eliminated in the Elimination Chamber match. it's a nice place for these two. No, they don't have anything else going on, so I'm fine with the build. I
I
got
mean,
Drew McIntyre winning though.
Drew has been screwed by Priest quite a bit. If you actually think about it, like people shitted on this field, like, oh, it makes no sense. But I mean, Drew
Really
got
think about it,
screwed.
makes the complete.
Yeah, yeah, Drew got screwed at Mania by Priest. He got screwed in
Yep,
his home. Uh, but well, he didn't really get
makes
screwed
sense,
by
John.
Priest, but he was screwed by Punk, which Priest was the beneficiary of. I mean,
Screw that Money in the Bank.
screwed that Money in the Bank. Um, screwed at the Royal Rumble. Screwed at the Chamber. Let's go, Drew.
And
and
people want to know why he's always so angry.
I mean, what do you expect? Um, we have Randy Orton versus question mark. Unfortunately, Kevin Owens will not be able to participate due to a neck injury. Thoughts up to Kevin Owens. Hopefully, he heals well and be able to return if he wants to return. But
It's a
who do you
shame.
think? Who do you think Orton faces?
It could be a number of people. It could be someone who's already on the roster, such as Nick Aldis. There's been rumors going around saying that it might be Solo. I wouldn't be necessarily too mad about that.
Oh God,
Um, or
please no.
or it could be someone who hasn't been seen in WWE for a while, like Aleister Black or Rusev.
the the only thing, the only problem I have with if it is Alistair or Rusev is Orton is not taking a loss here because he's on the poster for Backlash, so they're going to give him some kind of push going into post Mania, and for them to take a loss to Orton, it's not a bad thing, but it's not a good thing for their build, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. You can't have them losing right away, right after they make their grand return.
I would love it for it to be the Nick Aldis because the story is there. There is a story there. It
Yeah,
don't need to be a long match. What about El Generico?
I mean, I would love that, but at the same time, I would love to see El Generico win win a match at Mania. But that's just me being selfish.
What about not Rey Mysterio, Ray Phoenix? Wrong Ray.
I mean, he's still relatively new to the main roster. And the question is, kind of going back to Aleister Black and Rusev, can he afford to lose a match this early in his career?
Now I see. Now I think the two are different because with Phoenix, he's if it's like an open challenge, and Phoenix is like, yeah, I'll face Orton. Him losing to Orton would make sense because it's like, he took his opportunity at the biggest stage. We've already seen Ray Phoenix. Him having a great match against Orton at Mania and losing to Orton, it's not going to hurt him. Would actually propel him even further.
I can see that.
Versus Aleister Black returning or Rusev returning just to lose to Orton. So who's your final pick on Orton's opponent?
It has to be Randy Orton. Randy has to win this match.
Huh? All right, then we have probably one of my favorite matches of night two. We have the Intercontinental Championship with Braun Breaker, the champion, versus Finn Balor versus Ray Phoenix's brother Penta versus our guy, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Who are you
They
picking
they
for this match?
they keep on doing Dirty Dominic Mysterio wrong at WrestleMania. He's lost 2 times. I'll repeat twice to that deadbeat dad of his. He and he just keeps on like being playing second fiddle to Finn Balor. Everyone's thinking Dominic has to win this match, but you got
See,
Penta in this match, who's also relatively new, relatively hot,
he's
and
already
then
taken
you
a
got
loss, by the
Braun.
way.
Yeah, yep, in a triple threat match. Was it a triple threat match?
No, I think it was just. I think it was a tag match.
Tag match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was. I think it was Finn and Dom against Braun and Penta
Oh, yep,
on Raw.
that's right. And then you got the champ, Braun Breaker, who's like a beast.
Arr, arr.
That, I'm going to say this is the hardest match to predict out of any match at WrestleMania.
Really?
But if I had to go with one guy,
Yeah, just one.
and it had to be Penta. I'm gonna have to go with Penta this time. This time.
You know, you know, you disappoint me. Thought we were
They
vibing
keep
here. I thought we were vibing here. I thought we finally reconnected here. I thought you, but apparently you're just jumped off the Dominic Mysterio train when he wins at WrestleMania. I don't want to hear you say, "Oh yeah, our boy won." No, no, you had your chance. No, no.
they keep on getting my hopes up
But
for us only to be disappointed. It's
but
what they do with Dominic at WrestleMania.
okay. Here's another question for you before we move on to the next match. Who takes the pin?
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor. Yeah, makes
Finn.
sense.
Gotta be Finn.
Yeah, I like to call him Pin Balor just because that's what he does. He gets pinned.
Exactly. In every match. Whether it's a throwaway match or an important match. He gets
Exactly.
pinned every time.
All right, well, let's move on to the Women's World Championship with Io Sky walking in WrestleMania as champion, which I don't think anybody predicted happening,
Absolutely nobody.
versus Mami, or better known as Rhea Bloody Ripley, versus the Women's Elimination Chamber winner, the EST Bianca Belair. Who wins this match?
You know, I can think of a reason why each of these girls could walk away the champion.
Go ahead.
And
Say it.
I'd be okay with it. But if I had to pick one, it has to be Io. For the longest time she's been stuck in, I want to say, mid card or tag matches that didn't really matter. And now she's finally having her chance to walk into WrestleMania as champion and walk out.
Do you see a scenario where Bianca or Rhea win? Or do you think it's just Io?
I mean, Rhea Ripley right now is like the the woman's the Charlotte Flair of Raw. So I could see them handing them going back to Rhea being a champion. But at the same time, if that was what was going to happen at the end of the day, why even bother taking that belt off of her off in the first place? And then
Shock
you got
factor.
Bianca Belair, who absolutely, I don't want to say that people aren't b- believing in Bianca Belair because she's the strongest, the best. She is the EST of WWE, but she doesn't need to win this match.
Okay. Who takes the pin?
I'd have to go with Bianca in this match.
Really? Interesting. Okay.
I mean, I feel like if Rhea gets pinned in this match, it takes away some some of the mystique. It makes her kind of look kind of weak in the match.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. So you're going with Io. Okay. And now we move on to the main event of WrestleMania, the main event. We have the undisputed, which is the disputed title because there's another world title which makes it disputed, but WWE calls it the undisputed championship as Cody Rhodes walks into WrestleMania champion and faces John Cena, who broke up with everybody and says we get nothing. And John Cena says he is going to take the title home and ruin wrestling. What are your thoughts and predictions?
I mean, I'm still getting over the breakup. I've never been broken up with by anyone on TV, and I'm still mourning the loss of my relationship with John Cena.
I'm here for you.
But
I feel you.
if you really think about it, Cody has had a nice run with the belt, and if it's not Cena, then who else is going to beat him for the belt?
I mean, you could do Randy Orton.
Yeah, you could at Backlash possibly, Randy's hometown.
Could go that route. What do you think of this build with Cena turning heel and joining The Rock, which has disappeared since then?
You know, when it first happened, I was all for it. It was only a matter of time before we saw John Cena turn heel, and it's kind of, I don't want to say I've lost interest in the match, but I've been disappointed in it because
Why is that?
when Cena first turned heel, we saw him align with The Rock. We saw him align with Travis Scott. But since that, Brock hasn't even been mentioned. Brock hasn't even been involved in the match. It's basically Cena fighting against Cody by himself.
And you think that's taken away your interest level of the match?
Yeah, it's kind of like being promised, oh, Cena and Rock are now teamed up together and they're gonna beat the living crap out of Cody Rhodes for next month, and then getting that taken away from you. It's like it's not gonna be Cena and Rock. It's just gonna be Cena, and he's gonna look like a complete a-hole this whole entire build.
All right, so how do you think this match ends?
I feel like it ends with Cena winning the belt because this is his last WrestleMania, and it's for his what 17th, 18th reign.
17, yeah.
I can see them. giving the win to Cena, just as a reward for everything that he's done the past 25, 26 years that he's given his life to WWE. They'd be like, here's your reward. You're now the longest reigning, the most reigning champion of all time.
Okay. You think The Rock shows up?
I can see it, him showing up, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't, because I was expecting Rock to play a an important role in this match build, and he hasn't yet.
That's true. Okay. Well, that is our WrestleMania prediction with my friend Victor. Thank you, sir, for coming on today and giving your thoughts and predictions on WrestleMania night 1 and 2. Is there anything else you want to say about either nights?
No, it should be a good 2 nights. I am thanking God that it's 2 nights and not a 6 hour, 7 hour pay-per-view like certain companies that shall remain nameless.
Where moves go to die. Did you see that? Did you see? I can't remember who it was. I know it was Moxley. He hit somebody with a pile driver, and the dude got like right back up like instantly.
It is just a,
We're not gonna end on a down note. That is all for us today, folks. Hopefully tomorrow I will have another guest on, and they will make their predictions. But Victor, again, thank you for coming on, and we will be.
absolutely.
I will be back with another guest. Peace and get well soon, Chad Gable.
Boo.